I'm Kaylin, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick overview of the science of bread making. So first, let's have a little overview of what are leavening agents. So these are just agents that act by trapping gas to create a rising action in dough. There are three main types of leavening agents. Those are steam, chemical, like baking soda or baking powder, and also the third type of leavening agent is biological or yeast. So I'm going to be focusing on the yeast because that is how sourdough is made. What is yeast and how does it work? The main yeast in question here is a microscopic single-celled organism known as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. This yeast is largely responsible for the process of fermentation. What does fermentation require? Moisture, warmth, and food. So here's the chemical reaction that's taking place. You can see that the yeast is consuming the food or the sugar in the flour, which produces carbon dioxide and ethanol or acid. The carbon dioxide bubbles are trapped by the strands of dough, which causes the dough to rise. Gluten is a protein that is strong and elastic. This is why gluten-free baked goods are often denser because they lack that kind of strength and flexibility of gluten. So to make sourdough bread, you use what is commonly referred to as a sourdough starter, which is basically just a live active culture of yeasts and microbes. Flour and water are mixed together, and the natural yeasts in the flour and in the environment, combined with some bacteria, start to create this really fascinating kind of ecosystem within your sourdough starter. The bacteria also produce byproducts that create that sour flavor that we all love in sourdough. Or maybe not all of us, but I love it. What I love about this process is that it is an ancient technique going back thousands of years, originating in ancient Mesopotamia, and it's incredible to take that ancient practice and that ancient preparation technique and bring it back into your home. There was actually a story recently in which researchers discovered a 4,500-year-old strain of yeast sampled from ancient Egyptian pottery, and they used that yeast to bake bread. If we didn't have this beautiful symbiotic relationship with microbes, life would not be the same. And what's really cool to me about the process of making sourdough is that there is some evidence that this preparation technique can actually help those with sensitivity to gluten and can make the bread much easier to digest. Gluten sensitivity is a huge problem today, and I tend to fall in line with the hypothesis that much of it is due to the way that the food is processed and the way that it's prepared today. So for example, when flour is processed from wheat, oftentimes it is separated into its different components. It is bleached and enriched, and so it is much different from the original whole grain that it came from. And so the heavy processing techniques of certain flours, combined with the preservatives and additives that are added to baked goods, combined with the fact that maybe we don't ferment the dough as long as it should be fermented, all of these things can lead to greater difficulty in digesting the gluten. I like to advise people, if they do have a hard time digesting gluten, to try out sourdough, try out making bread at home. It's maybe a longer process than just going out and buying bread from the store, but it is so rewarding and so enjoyable. Most of the time that it takes to make the bread is just sitting and waiting for the microbes to do their work. There's so much beauty in the simplicity of it, of just the ingredients of flour, water, and salt. That's literally all you need to make bread, which is incredible. The rest of the work is done by these beautiful microbes that help to make our world more diverse and more beautiful. So I think that's pretty amazing. Thank you so much for watching this little video. Please leave a comment sharing what you enjoyed about this. If you have questions, what topics you'd like to see me make more videos on in the future. And I'm just looking forward to continuing to grow this channel, and thank you so much. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you, and I will see you next time.